Ahoy!
Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name is Nick. Welcome to The Wave.
Welcome to The Wave. Just the one welcome this week.
I might do a few more on Thursday.
Okay, cool.
I'll decide. I'll do it on the night.
You can't plan these things.
No.
It would just be silly.
Go with the flow.
How are you, Nick?
Very good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Good week?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah?
I've got some exciting news.
Oh.
Well, I think it's exciting.
What is it?
Don't tell anyone.
Okay. That's quite easy on this podcast.
But
yeah,
this can't get back to my children.
I'm really excited.
We have books to go and see Frozen the musical.
Oh, amazing. They'll love that.
February.
Where at?
In whatever theatre in the West End it's in.
That'd be awesome. They will
I
love
can't
that.
wait. I am getting my Elsa dress on.
Great.
But it's a Christmas present.
Okay, so if you're listening to this and you happen to know Nick's children, don't tell them.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that applies to like 2 people, which is 50% of the audience, to be fair. So.
Don't put yourself or ourselves down. That's not true.
That's not true at all. That's cool, though. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I love a trip to London. Big smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been a while.
Yeah, same. So, yeah, that'll be good.
Good. Glad to hear it. Anything else?
Just looking forward to the snow falling on my face.
Yes, that's true. You will get a lot of
Presume
snow.
that will happen.
Yeah, I bet it will. It's got snow in the crowd,
Kind
hasn't
of the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Got to happen.
Yeah, so that's probably the most exciting thing that's happened this week. What about you? Have you had a...
Hey, what?
Have you had a fanciful week?
A fanciful week. Less sexy than normal.
Right.
But, yeah, no, not really. Went out for dinner last night. That was quite nice. Yeah, that was all right.
What cuisine?
I don't know how you describe it. Okay. I had a burger.
Right.
But I don't know what the restaurant, how you describe the restaurant. It's like a chilled lounge vibe.
Right, okay,
I'm sure you know exactly where I've been.
I think I do.
We're getting together tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. It's some occasion. It's my wedding anniversary.
Wedding anniversary. 10 years.
Yeah.
Mad. So yeah, we're having a bit of a get together for that, which would be nice.
Have some booze.
It's been a while since we've all been together.
I think so.
No, it has been. You don't need to think it has.
Okay.
It has been. It's been over a year, I'll bet. Yeah, so no, other than that.
Ace.
I brought a Kindle.
Good. Are we going back in time? Is that people still do that?
Yeah. How else are you supposed to read books these days?
I mean, books still exist.
Yeah, but
I'm
Kindles
reading a real book.
Are you?
Yeah.
I haven't read a real book in ages. I buy all of Stephen King's books, but then I get them on the Kindle and don't read them.
Oh.
They're just like collected. So they're like first editions.
Cool.
Never read.
But
So when I'm in my 80s...
I didn't realise that. I still thought you would read the real book.
No.
Okay.
I haven't read a physical book for a long time. I had my original Kindle 11 years, apparently.
It's an antique.
Yeah, that's why I brought a new one.
So does it work? Or is
I've literally got it today, so I've not tried it.
No, I mean your old one.
Yeah, it still works.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted the upgrade to they're a bit more clearer screens now,
Sure.
and they have a light in and stuff. So
yeah.
So and Amazon have got a sale on, so take advantage of that.
Fair
So we
enough.
did. Other than that, no, it's been a pretty boring week. Work sucks. Work always sucks.
I've still been on a high from Triple Threat last week.
Oh yeah,
movie
me
that
too.
we watched.
What a great movie that was.
That was so much fun.
It was just fun, wasn't it? Just
Yeah.
excellent little bit of fighting.
Balls out. Balls to the wall, breaking the wall.
When that lady exploded.
Yeah, I know.
It was hilarious.
It was. It really was.
And it shouldn't be, but it was. It would have been equally as hilarious if it was a man.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Maybe
the
more so.
gender of the explodee was not the funny
issue.
part.
No, it was just the way it worked. But no, it was a rare thing this season. To have a half-decent film.
It's a good recommendation, Triple Threat, I think.
I'd agree. It's a little hidden gem.
Still can't believe your fact that it only made 300 grand.
I know, it's madness, isn't it? Madness.
Absolutely crazy.
But yeah, we've not had a good season of good films this year, and we're coming to the end. I think we're on 21. This will be. It's out of 25. So unless
last five films of the season, we're down to.
Yeah, true, including this week's that we'll be talking about on Thursday.
Yeah.
So hopefully we might get something good before the end of the season.
Yeah.
It hasn't been a season of hidden gems, has it?
There's been some good ones, but not. I think overall it's been a poorer season.
What is at the top of the stream? Deirdre and Lainey Robert
Yes.
Train. I don't think that's even top 5 in any of the other seasons.
Yeah, I think it'd be a tough conversation.
It would, wouldn't it? It's crazy how poor quality the randomizers let us down this year. But we've always said the worst films make the best episodes.
Oh, exactly.
So we've had a run of great episodes. fact. Do you want to do some news?
Yeah, let's do some news.
Netflix news.
Forest Whittaker.
Whittaker.
Forest Wicketkeeper.
Yes.
Forest Whittaker.
I like him.
He's on holiday. Well, he's not on holiday.
Okay.
He's filming a movie.
I mean, that picture looks like he's on holiday.
He's basically uploaded his holiday snaps because he's in Wales filming a movie for Netflix, a movie called Havoc, a movie with Tom Hardy.
Oh, right, okay.
But I found this lovely article online from Wales Online where Forest Whittaker has just tweeted his holiday snaps whilst he's been travelling around Wales, and it really just they're brilliant. He just looks dead serious in front of all these pretty places.
He's not a smiley man, is he? Oh, I was smiling in that one.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, he's at Barry Island, and then he's. It just really made me laugh. I really like them.
I like how they don't know where that picture was taken, but they've took a guess.
Yeah, he's captions his photos with a simple message: "I'm enjoying my time in beautiful Wales before I go back on set." So Havoc, anyway, the movie that is filming for Netflix, tells the tale of a drug deal gone wrong and a detective who has to battle his way through the criminal underworld to rescue the estranged son of a leading politician. I think it's basically Tom Hardy kicking ass because Havoc is directed by Gareth Evans, Welsh filmmaker, and he is the man who we did briefly mention last week because he directed The Raid and The Raid 2.
Yeah.
Gangs of London, which was on Sky Atlantic earlier this year.
And Apostle. I've seen Apostle.
Great director. The Raid and The Raid 2 are amazing. Let's see what he comes up with here. I think, obviously, he worked with Tom Hardy, didn't he, in Gangs of London, so they're now going to work together on this movie. Forest Whitaker. Have you ever seen Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai, from about 20 years ago?
Don't think so.
Forest Whitaker as...
Why can't you say Whittaker?
Say that. I can't say Whittaker.
You can say Whittaker. You can't say Whittaker.
It's like, that's the Ewok. He's amazing in that.
Yeah.
Where he's like...
He's always good. Forest Whitaker's like a banker.
So I'm excited to see Havoc. And Forest Whitaker's just there for the good times.
So,
an ice cream on the pier.
Is the film set in Wales?
I don't know if it's set in Wales or it's just filmed in Wales. Yeah,
strange, isn't it? Leading politicians in criminal underworlds in Wales.
Cardiff.
What was that?
I don't know.
Cool. We'll keep our eye out for that one then. That sounds good. I like Tom Hardy as well.
You always like it when I come to you with Adam Sandler news.
I do. Ooh, look at him. That's too close. That picture's too close.
It's not flattering, that one. We talked last week about... We gave Netflix a bit of praise for standing up to Turkey.
Yes, we did.
Well, this time, the reverse has happened. And Netflix asked Adam Sandler to change the location of his upcoming film Hustle from China to Mallorca.
That's a random... What?
Because Netflix...
How are those two interdisposable?
Netflix is not in China.
Ah, okay. So they don't want any films set in China on their stream?
That they are investing in and making themselves, I suppose.
They don't want to make any films set in China because they're not in China as a market.
So they can't capitalise on them. This Hustle movie is, I think we may have mentioned it months ago.
Yeah.
So Adam Sandler's basically a sports agent bringing an unknown basketball player into the league. But the guy's now going to be from Spain instead of China.
Netflix have got a thing for Spain now because they moved that Turkish one to Spain as well.
Must be some tax breaks or something like that. Sandler's like, fine, we'll go to Spain.
Do you get many Spanish basketball players?
There are a couple. I have limited knowledge of basketball players. I know there's a pair of brothers.
Oh, right, okay.
That play, and I can't remember their names. But
Netflix does not currently operate in China. I did not know that. I did not know they weren't in China. But I suppose it makes sense.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Cool. We'll keep our eye on that one as well then.
In one of our favourite news items in the pandemic era has been what movies have streaming services bought up that we're going to go to the cinema and no longer will go to the cinema. Yes. And Netflix have snapped up the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Oh, right, okay.
It is a sequel to the original. It ignores all the other sequels. Okay.
And the remake.
Correct.
So it's not a sequel to the remake. It's a remake. It's a sequel of the original.
Correct.
Okay. That's interesting.
It says, the movie takes place years after the shocking events of the original in a setting where violent villain Leatherface hasn't been seen or heard from since. The cast includes Elsie Fisher, Sarah Yarkin, Jacob Lattimore and Mo Dunford. No official premiere date just yet, but it kind of makes sense. Halloween, doesn't it?
Yeah,
surely.
Surely. It's got to be, hasn't it?
We're not going to hang on longer than that, are we?
No.
David Blue Garcia is the director.
David Blue Garcia, great name. Thoughts on the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Oh, it's great. I've not seen it for years.
No, I haven't.
But it was one of the sort of legendary movies that I actually watched.
Same.
And thought, yeah, I get why
actually,
that is.
That's really damn good.
Yeah.
It is really damn good. You can see why it was banned for as many years as it was.
Sure.
Very visceral. It's very good. The guy who plays Leatherface plays that so well.
Sure.
Can't remember. Gunnar
Yes.
Hansen? Gunnar
I
Hansen.
think so.
That sounds right.
I think you've pulled that out of your brain
I
correctly.
have from somewhere. But no, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a great film. So, but the remake is hot garbage. So don't watch that.
I think I've seen that as well.
The sequel had Dennis Hopper in as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Randomly, I've seen that as well. But yeah, cool. We'll keep our eye on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I didn't even know there was one coming.
No, I must say, that was a surprise to me when I saw that. I had not picked that up. Do you like true stories?
Yep.
Do you like when Netflix does limited series about true stories?
Drama series?
Yeah.
Okay.
Netflix has released the cast and showrunners for its limited series about the Thai soccer players who got trapped in a cave over Christmas.
I remember that.
Over Christmas, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
When like...
the Elon Musk turned
yeah,
up
it was like, oh, I'll go and
submarine
save
or
them.
something, yeah. And the bloke was like, that ain't even
And he
getting
called
through
one of the
engine.
divers a pedo.
Yeah, he
allegedly.
did. He did, didn't he? One of the rescuers.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. I remember that. I wonder if that'll be in. Who's playing Elon Musk in this film?
I'm not sure if that'll happen. The wild boars. They were rescued after 2 weeks in the cave. Dana Ledoux Miller and Michael Russell Gunn are gonna showrun the series.
Oh, it's a series.
Yeah, limited series. They were behind Designated Survivor, which is
a great TV show,
and also an interesting title given the premise of this.
I really enjoyed Designated Survivor.
And it will premiere next year, 2022.
Okay.
It's a cast of unknowns. Of course it is.
Of course it is. They're all Thai children.
They're all young Thai children. So, and they then sort of got shipped off around the world, didn't they? And invited to loads of football games.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they became like famous for a brief while, didn't they?
And yeah, I'm sure that'd be great.
Yeah, sounds fun.
So,
it's just going to be loads of kids in a cave for 4 episodes or whatever it's going to be. And then Elon Musk turns up with a submarine.
Unsolved Mysteries has been renewed.
Oh, good.
For a third... What, is it a third series?
No.
Or was I thought it was 2
parts of
the first series that
so
came
did I.
out. So I think Deadline have got this slightly wrong.
Deadline get everything
and it's
wrong.
it's a third batch, a second series, I would say, if you're splitting hairs.
Yeah. They even say it in their own article
Summer.
there, look, with the first 6 episodes known as Volume 1
Well, there you go.
before launching Volume 2 in October.
Idiots.
Some of them are a lot better than others.
Yes.
A lot better, but they are good. I remember the very first one being really good, but there's a couple that are excellent, but there's a couple that are just like, well, it's not that great.
Yeah, a couple of the UFO ones, I was like, there was nothing to this.
No. That's good, though. That's good that's
Summer
been renewed.
2022.
Next summer.
Yeah.
Excellent. They must have took a while to film that because it was last October. It's been a year since the last series. So interesting. Okay, we'll keep our eye on that one as well.
Do you like Marky Mark?
Yes.
Good. Do you like Kevin Hart?
No. Well, I've seen him in... What's that film he did with Bryan Cranston? Where Cranston's in a wheelchair and Kevin Hart's his carer.
Oh, yeah.
The Upside, is it called?
Yeah.
Something like that. That was really good. So, yes, I do like Kevin Hart.
They are teaming along with Regina Hall in
Okay.
a new Netflix comedy called Me Time.
Okay. Interesting. What's Me Time?
It's going to be directed by John Hamburg, and the film will follow Kevin Hart's character, who is a stay-at-home dad. He finds himself with some me time for the first time in years while his wife and kids are away. He reconnects with his former best friend, Mark Wahlberg, for a wild weekend that upends his life.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like
Weird.
a whale of a time.
It sounds like Hangover, but not quite as raucous.
Talking The Hangover,
Yeah.
I was just, as you do, randomly looking through Netflix the other night.
Yeah.
And I'd somehow come across a batch of stuff that was about to leave.
Right.
And I found a Brazilian 45, it was like a 45-minute, I guess film, short film. And it was, I can't remember exactly what it's called. It was something like the Hangover Apostle version or something like that. Right. Do you know what the storyline was?
No, but I'm excited.
It was if the morning after the Last Supper, everyone was hungover and they had to work out what had happened the night before.
Really?
Yeah, and it was literally leaving the next day.
Oh, how annoying!
I was like, oh, that sounds amazing.
I wonder if it's headed to Amazon or
I
something.
don't know.
We'll have to try
I'll
and
find out what it was called. So
Yeah.
I can't complete the story.
That's a great idea.
But, yeah,
That sounds like the sort of thing the guys from like Horrible Histories would do.
Yeah.
Where those
It
guys
does, doesn't it?
they all work together, don't they?
I was like, oh, that's a brilliant idea. That's what
That is a great idea.
better idea than a hungover game.
I like those like alternate takes on history,
Sure.
like David Mitchell's Shakespeare show. That
Oh,
was
yes,
excellent.
Upstart Crow.
Upstart Crow. That was brilliant.
Yeah. Disney have confirmed that they are now actively developing a second Rocketeer movie,
Oh wow!
which a certain section of people have been asking for pretty much since the first Rocketeer movie came out. I think it was like 1990 or 91.
It's old. I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Really?
I don't-
You should check it out on Disney Plus. It's great.
I don't think so. Maybe when I was a like really little kid, I might
Yeah.
have, but I don't have any memory of
Very
it.
young Jennifer Connelly, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's awesome. It's being developed by David. How do you say his name?
Oh, Yellow.
Yeah, his
I'm sure that's not how you say it, but that's
his
correct.
production company.
Okay.
So there's rumours that he may star in it, but that is not confirmed. Written by a guy called Ed Rycourt, who is famous for the screenplays for Now You See Me,
Yep.
and also the Wayward Pines TV show, which I did watch. That was Matt
Same.
Dillon.
Yeah.
I don't know if I watched the second series. I watched the first series.
I think I did. I think I watched it all.
And it was fun. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, Bill Campbell was in the original. Great movie. Great movie.
Oh, I might have to check
Kind
it
of
out.
like-
I'm not sure if I've ever seen it.
Bit Indiana Jonesy. It's that sort of 1930s set, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just a cool look. The Rocketeer is a cool looking
It is.
dude.
That picture's really cool. That's up there.
So
So is
yeah.
that going to be a film or a
Yeah,
show?
it just says they're actively in development for a movie, so
Okay.
no timeline.
'Cause I know Disney are putting a lot of sequel TV shows about at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah,
I
they just
didn't know
want
if it'd be
content, don't they, for Disney Plus?
Yeah, well, they need it.
Is Tom Cruise the biggest movie star in the world?
Yes.
He is currently getting in trouble in various parts of the UK.
Yeah, I've seen him just like occasionally taking selfies with people.
Yeah.
And what have you.
He's like driving trains off
Yeah.
cliffs and things like that in filming Mission Impossible 17.
Yeah.
He had his car stolen last week.
I saw this. You come to the UK, you get your car stolen.
I almost wanted to talk. I'm just going to do both. So there was a couple of news stories this week because he's in and around Birmingham,
Yeah.
and one big news story was that he went for a curry.
I saw that as well, yeah. And the picture just didn't look like him.
No, because he was really in his scrubs, wasn't he?
He was,
like,
yeah.
hoodie and not looking
Because
movie star.
He's the
at all.
sort of guy, if you walk past, because he's got a mask on in these pictures, I don't think I'd know that was Tom Cruise.
I think you're right.
Just by looking at him like as he is now.
And the quotes were from about this curry story where there's some diners going, "We didn't even know it was him. He was in the same room as us." I was like, "Well, yeah, that's kind of the point." You know?
But he is probably the most famous man in the world, or
I
at least
guess
one
so.
of.
Yeah, so he must have had a nice curry. A couple of days later, anyway, still in Birmingham, his car gets stolen.
Yeah.
Had thousands of pounds worth of goods inside, his luggage, all his
Wow.
Scientology textbooks. And I feel I'm at the risk of saying something
Yeah, just be careful.
that will
'cause
get us in trouble.
Don't piss off the Scientologists.
Yeah, and it was stolen and found apparently a short time later.
Oh, they
not
did
very
find it,
far
did they?
away. Yeah. Apparently, so they've been using the train station and the shopping centre to double up as Abu Dhabi Airport.
Yeah, I saw that because some people were getting confused because all the signs had been changed into Arabic.
Can you imagine?
It was like all these people just
What
walking around.
platform's my train on?
Yeah. All these people walking around the station not knowing what the hell was going on. But what I don't understand, right? Birmingham's got quite a big airport.
That is true.
So why not just use the airport? But I suppose the train station's a bit more modern, isn't it? It's
True.
recently been redeveloped.
But
It
I
looks a
would
bit more
imagine
like
with
it.
everything else going on, it's more of a hassle to shut the train station than
Yeah.
rope the airport.
I mean, the airport was
for a
shut
bit.
for 12 months anyway, almost. Could have easily used the airport. There was nobody there for 12 months. But yeah, bad planning. But I suppose it looks a lot more modern. It looks a lot more like there's a lot more money's been spent on it.
Yeah.
Birmingham Airport's a dive.
Yeah.
Whereas Grand Central's actually really nice inside.
It is. Well, it's only been open, not very long, is it? And
No.
that sort of,
A couple of years.
yeah, the ceiling in there is just,
It's
it's
cool.
an awesome
Check out
looking
some pictures of it if you've never been in.
news this week quite momentous, really.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm just having a little burp.
Okay. I might edit that out. Not going to lie.
Nia DaCosta has become the first black woman director to debut a movie in the #1 spot at the weekend box office.
Excellent. Congratulations to her.
Candyman.
I didn't even know this was being made. I do quite want to see it.
Is this a remake or is this a sequel? I don't know.
I don't know. It's a sequel, says that.
Okay, good.
The new Candyman ignores the 2 previous sequels.
No, it's the same thing.
No, it's the same thing.
It's the same as the
This
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, this is a new thing, isn't it? Where you just... Halloween started, didn't they? Cause
they did.
They've done that like 3 times now. There's like 3 sequels to the first Halloween film. Because H2O is a sequel to Halloween.
Yeah.
But Halloween 2 is also a sequel. And then there's
Correct.
another one. But they just... There's like 3 different separate Halloween timelines going off now.
Yeah, it's like the multiverse. Just
Yeah, it's a Halloween Mike Myers
off.
multiverse. Mike Myers. There's a Michael Myers multiverse going on.
It's a great achievement. It's a bit unbelievable and a shame. We are in 2021 until this has happened.
Yeah,
I've heard good things about this movie.
yeah, I've heard really good
and
things.
I have got a bit of a soft spot and a bit of a scared spot about
Yeah,
the first Candyman, because I think a lot of people our age sort of share the experience of that's a movie we probably watched a little bit too young, and that shit's creepy, man.
that film came out in 1992, so I would have been 11.
Yeah,
And I probably watched it when I was like 12, 13.
exactly.
I haven't seen it since. But I do quite want to see that sequel. I'm not sure I can find anybody to go to the cinema to watch it with me, though.
This Candyman took in $22 million between August 27th and 29th.
Wow, that's like loads more than Triple Threat.
Yeah, just a bit.
Excellent.
So that's great. Her next movie
Yeah.
is going to be The Marvels.
Oh, really? Okay.
Talking of cinematic universes.
So she'll get another #1. There's no way that's not going to #1.
You'd have thought.
So she'll be the first black woman to have 2 #1s at the box office. Good on her.
Yeah, really great news.
Let's get her an Oscar. Let's get the first one to have an Oscar. No, probably not for Candyman.
Oh.
Probably not.
Maybe not.
Any more? Do we want to briefly mention Seinfeld?
Yeah.
We don't really know the details behind it. I think it's only going to America.
Well, it's. I think it's slightly unclear. So Netflix bought Seinfeld
Yes.
basically 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And then they've put it in a box.
Yeah. Because they spent like $500 million.
I know.
It's like ridiculous.
Because Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David at the time released a really glib statement saying, "We're thankful for the chance that Netflix are taking on this show. It's unproven, and we hope we can repay their faith." They got $500 million for this.
$500 million
for reruns
for a show that's essentially what 20 year old, over 20 years old, I would think, since it finished.
So I think they've announced that it hits Netflix in the States on, I think it's the 1st of October.
Yeah, it's soon.
I have not yet been able to find anything that confirms if and when it arrives in the UK.
I would imagine if they've spent that much and they're releasing it, it's coming everywhere.
They've got the global rights.
Yeah,
so
they're not going to not, are they?
No.
Why would they not? It's exciting. Have you ever watched Seinfeld?
I've never watched it all the way through from the start. I've seen quite a lot of the episodes.
I think I've seen more than a handful of the episodes, but not in any sort of. Just like occasionally, just put them on and they're there.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I haven't never followed the story.
Yeah, same.
So maybe that's maybe we do that on the extending the rods into Seinfeld. So.
Isn't it like 11 seasons of 30 episodes?
Yeah, there's like 300 episodes of it. Maybe not. That takes forever. Just do one episode of Seinfeld.
I'm sure there are.
I bet there's a podcast out there that does it.
Several Seinfeld podcasts.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
It's not anything I've ever looked for.
Go and find. If you want a Seinfeld podcast, I'm sure there's hundreds of them.
Yeah, if you find one, don't tell me I'm not going to listen to it.
we could listen along to as we watch it. Who knows?
Oh, okay, fine.
Right, I've got a list.
Sure.
Again, I've not read this list yet.
Oh, good, even better.
I feel like the last couple of weeks I've been very unprepared for the wave, and I apologise if that's coming across. But
I don't think it has. Well,
good.
No more than usual.
I'm pretty unprepared as a person, I'm not going to lie. This is a list of things that are coming in September to the stream, because we're now in September. We're in the last third of the year again.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it? This year's flew by.
Bah.
It's ridiculous. We have, most stuff comes on the first of a month. We know that. So
yeah.
Let's see what's going on. There's a 9/11 documentary coming on the 1st rather than the 11th.
I tell you, missing an absolute mark.
I don't know why they don't do it. I think they don't do it for a reason. There must be a reason why they don't do it. Chappie's coming. Have you ever seen Chappie?
Yes.
It's a great film. Definitely check Chappie out. Cliffhanger.
Stone Cold classic.
Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles.
No, don't think I've ever seen that.
All 3 House Party films are coming. Labyrinth is coming.
That's been backwards and forwards on Netflix.
It's one of those that comes and goes. Mars Attacks is coming. Both Nutty Professor films. Once Upon a Time in America. School of Rock.
Okay, my daughter loves that film.
So that's all coming on the 1st.
Excellent.
Afterlife of the Party comes on September the 7th. That's Netflix. That's the Netflix original. It's about zombies, I believe. I think we spoke about it recently, or we have spoken about it in the past. That's coming. Money Heist Part 5, Volume 1.
I really want to get.
I'd need to get to
Money Heist. Have you watched any of it?
No. Apparently it's excellent.
Yeah.
Worth, that's the 9/11 drama with
Sure.
Michael Keaton. Was it Michael Keaton? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. Stop me if you spot anything you recognise. Blood Brothers, Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. Netflix documentary. That sounds interesting.
Oh, Metal Shop Masters. I'm definitely going to watch that.
That sounds like right up your street. Final season of Lucifer comes on September the 10th. Jack Whitehall's Travel with My Father. Final season of that's coming on September the 14th. The World's Most Amazing Vacation Rental season 2. You enjoyed that, didn't you?
Well, I only watched 2 episodes, I think, but it was quite fun.
You vs. Wild, is that the
Bear Grylls
interactive thing?
Yeah.
Was another one of them coming. You vs. Wild Out Cold. Saved by the Bell seasons 1 to 9. There's a Schumacher documentary coming. Too Hot to Handle Latino edition.
Oh, hey, spicy.
He-Man and the Master of the Universe.
That's the kids version.
That comes on the September the 16th on the same day as all 4 Jaws films.
Oh, lovely. What a marathon that'd be. Jeez, that'd be tough.
September the 17th, the big one of the month is Sex Education Season 3.
Yes.
Can't wait for that. Excited for that. Really excited for it. Grown Ups coming on September the 20th.
They're all awful films.
Yes. What else have we got? Confessions of an Invisible Girl. That sounds fun.
Okay.
What that is, that's a Netflix film. My Little Pony, A New Generation. Kids into that?
No, they never have been, actually.
Have they not?
No.
That's strange. Meat Eater, Season 10, Part 1. What is that?
I have no idea.
10 seasons of Meat Eater. No One Gets Out Alive, that's their big film release for this month as well. It's also coming. Polly Pocket Season 3, they into that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've seen a few. Got a lot of the toys.
And September the 30th, Luna Park is a new series that's coming. It's supposed to be quite good as well. There's quite a lot coming.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Not a bad list, that, is it? There's a few things that are coming that haven't been given days yet, but I don't recognise any of them, so I don't know why I even mentioned them. But I did. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream, Nick?
I've watched 2 things that I want to talk about.
Okay.
One of which I thought was excellent.
Okay.
I have a new favourite niche documentary.
Okay.
And it's basketball documentaries.
Yeah, you mentioned this recently that you're well into basketball documentary. You're not into basketball.
Not really.
But you're into basketball documentaries.
But I don't mind watching some basketball because I think it's a really skillful game.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's quite exciting. Although I think with basketball, I've always thought, is there much point watching like the first 3 quarters of it?
I read somebody said that in an interview once. And I gave it some thought. And I was like, yeah, you're right. It's like you might as well only watch the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There's no point watching the rest of it. Just watch the last 10 minutes.
And then you don't need to watch it if it's not a close game. You don't need to watch it.
Anyway.
Anyway, you can tell I don't know anything about basketball. I watched. Obviously, the Last Dance was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Last year.
I never did get to
and
that.
It was awesome. Genuinely an outstanding documentary series if you get the chance. But we've talked about that plenty in the past.
We have.
This week, I have watched the first episode of the Untold series, which I talked about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we did. The sports documentaries, aren't they? About
the first
Untold
episode
stories.
was Malice in the Palace.
Okay.
About a huge brawl at an NBA game in 2004 or 5.
What, players?
Well, started off with players.
Okay.
Ends up players versus fans.
No way, really?
Full on riot.
So the players start fighting, and then all the fans get it because there's no barriers or anything.
The players start right. Basically, the players have a bit of a set to right at the end of the game.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Meta World Peace?
No.
Oh, okay. he's kind of a famous basketball player. So is
that his name?
Well, yeah, it was Ron Artest, and then he changed his name.
Okay.
He's a bit of a character.
I thought it was some sort of like organisational group.
He got in a scrap with another player.
Yeah.
He calmed himself down. He went and lay down on the scorer's table. So it was like count to 5, walk away.
Yeah.
Everything was calming down. The teams were getting separated. Only for a fan to lob a full cup of beer at him. And then he just wades into the stand and starts wailing on the wrong guy.
Oh, really?
And then it all kicks off, a massive riot starts. And this documentary is all about, so it gives you all the context of how this team got put together, a bit on all the key characters in this situation. But it then sort of goes on. So basically, all the players got punished. They all got like huge suspensions depending on their level of involvement. It's like banned for 80 games, some got for 20, 30 games.
Yeah.
And this retrospective look basically looks at it and goes, well, they were scared of doing anything to punish fans because that's money coming into the game, obviously. Well, actually, in hindsight,
it was all the fans' fault.
It was all done until the fans started it up again.
Wow.
And it's like the effect that this has had on some of the careers of the players that were involved.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
They've even got like the prosecutor who's like, he was in charge of obviously putting all these charges together, and he's like, we couldn't identify this guy through the cup, and then I found another angle on the security camera. He's like, fuck, that's my neighbour.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's all these footage of these fans getting arrested and interviewed, and it's like
that sounds awesome.
It's absolutely fascinating.
Really?
Yeah, highly recommend.
I will
it.
definitely check that out. That does sound really interesting.
I'm going to go on and watch the rest of the series as well.
Yeah, so some of them do sound really good, to be fair. Oh,
Just
definitely
it's the usual classy Netflix documentary
they just
job, isn't
do
it?
documentaries so well, don't they?
It was riveting.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely riveting. Highly recommend it. Yeah, go for it.
Netflix just have this thing about making documentaries and doing it well.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a Netflix documentary that was not good.
Okay, fine.
I watched the Bob Ross documentary.
Oh, yeah.
No,
because I do want to watch that. Well,
watch it. Honestly, watch it. It's an interesting story. It's an interesting story, but that's all it is. There's nothing. That trailer that they released where it was all like, I can't be waiting to tell this story for 30 years.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. It's basically, Bob Ross had business partners when he was alive.
Sure.
And when he died, their business partners continued to use his name.
Okay.
And his son didn't like that and wanted to use his dad's name to make money.
Okay.
And that's the basis of the
So
documentary.
they were just basically fighting over his image license and all that sort of stuff.
And it was told from his son's perspective. So he makes out that these two guys, or this couple, they're a couple, married couple, are really bad guys because they stole his dad's identity.
Okay.
But his dad had signed a contract giving them the image rights.
Yeah.
But he'd also told his son that he could have the image rights.
Oh, I see.
So there's a legal kerfuffle, and it is not the big dramatic story that that they were claiming it was going to be. It was just, I want to use my dad's image rights. These people have stolen it off me.
Because they literally marketed it as like the story no one want. They didn't
if he was
going to
be some sort of like child murderer or something. But no, it's just an argument over image rights. I feel like they've just made the documentary because it's Bob Ross and they can make some money off it.
Yeah, and you're trying to do this guy with this happy, friendly uncle type.
Yeah.
Everyone feels like they know the guy, and then we'll try and generate some controversy.
Yeah.
Where there is drama, but really it's not.
It's just a way for his son to have made some money off his dad's name, I think. I think his son will have now made some money off his dad's name. Where that's the only way he could do it. But there's some interesting facts in there, like his haircut was a perm, which nobody knew.
Right.
And apparently there was a rumour that he had an affair with this lady that he was in the business with and that sort of thing. But
not nothing substantiated.
Nothing ever comes out of it.
Okay.
But it has made me want to watch The Joy of Painting a little bit. The most interesting thing I thought was how he was overtly sexual.
Yeah.
But without ever being sexual.
Okay.
So he named the show The Joy of Painting after The Joy of Sex.
Sure.
Because he wanted to attract a female audience.
Yeah.
And he deliberately reduced his tone of his voice. So he was more like seductive and sexual. He didn't speak like that, really.
Sure.
That was his TV voice. And he wanted to attract this female audience.
And every episode he'd unbutton one extra button on his shirt.
Yeah, to the point where he just didn't wear a shirt.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, so I thought that was really interesting how he was selling sex even back then without ever saying that's what he was doing.
Hating sexy, man. It's no different to Nigella Lawson.
Exactly, yeah. So I presume
40 years later.
Exactly the same thinking behind her character, because that's a character as well. It is. She's not really like that. I watched her microwave for fucking something the other week. All she did was she made toast in one episode. In her last series, Nigella Lawson spent 30 minutes making toast.
Yeah. But she's like,
God, so sexy toast.
Drop your slice into my slot.
Exactly. It's the same thing. It's the sexualizing stuff that isn't sexual to grab an audience of the opposite gender. And that's what he was trying to do. And it says that. It does talk about that in the documentary, that he wanted a female audience. And The Joy of Painting is aimed at a female audience.
You dirty dog, Bob Ross.
But sex sells. It just does.
Sure.
So yeah, so I watched that. I thought it was quite. It was on for an hour and a half. It was on for far too long.
I see Malice in the Palace, hour and 10 minutes.
That's it.
Boom.
Switch them. Give us more of that and less of Bob. I also, I've stumped her. I realised I've taken over you, but
That's fine.
it kind of flowed better. I watched a film on Saturday night this week.
Okay.
I say that. I haven't turned off a film. I don't remember the last time I turned off a film. I don't do it. I don't do it. I like watching films. I like watching bad films. We know this. Mm-hmm. I watched Fear of Rain on Saturday night.
I know nothing about this. What is it?
I have 40 minutes left of Fear of Rain and I do not intend to finish it. I did turn it off. I thought it was hot garbage.
What's that? Is that? So did you make it like halfway through or not?
About 40 minutes left. So yeah, probably. It's probably about an hour and a half.
Who's in it? What is it? What's the premise?
The premise is that there's a girl called Rain.
Okay. She
is in the early stages of schizophrenia.
Right.
So she does not know what's real and what is not real. And people know that she's in the early stages of schizophrenia.
Okay.
So they don't believe anything she says because they don't know if she's telling the truth or lying.
I'm with you.
She sees her next door neighbour has a young child trapped in the attic of her house.
Okay.
The next door neighbour also happens to be a teacher who she doesn't like.
Okay.
And then I turned it off.
Because that doesn't sound like a bad
It doesn't sound like a bad premise. It is just really boring. Okay. Nothing happened. It was really, really slow moving. Like, properly slow moving.
Okay. Is it a Netflix original? Or...
I don't think it is.
Okay.
I don't think it is. It has recently come out and it has gone straight to Netflix. But
you got to stop watching these, like, people watch people through window movies. Because you didn't like that woman in the window either, did you?
No, that didn't. That is true. Maybe I have got to stop watching these women in the window movies.
Yeah.
Katherine Heigl is in it.
Oh.
Harry Connick Jr.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're the two big names, but I couldn't get through it, and it is really not like me to turn a film off.
I mean, Katherine Heigl's not got a great CV, really.
No, she's not. That's very true. I do know what happened at the end. Somebody I know has watched the whole thing and told me what's happened at the end, and I'm not disappointed that I turned it off.
Fine.
I will not be going back to it.
You're a busy man. You got other
I turned it
things
off
to be sexy with.
It was Saturday night. I turned it off. It was like 10 o'clock by this point, and now I'm like, I don't know what to do now. Because that was my plan for the night. So I was like, do I keep watching it? But I'm like, I'm really bored of it.
Wrecked your mojo.
It did. It wrecked my night. Don't watch it. It's really boring.
I watched a movie on Saturday night.
Okay. We should have come around yours.
Yeah. On Disney Plus. It's gone straight to Disney Plus. I think in the States, straight to Hulu.
Okay. They seem to have some sort of deal going, don't they?
Yes. It's Vacation Friends, starring Lil Ray Howery.
Who's that?
And so he was the guy in, I think he was in Get Out, he was in Bad Trip.
I know what you mean. Yep, I've got him. I pictured him.
And John Cena.
Okay. John Cena gets around, doesn't he?
Do you know what? For someone who was just like a wrestling robot for many, many years.
many years.
I don't know where all this charisma comes from.
Why did he hide it in the wrestling ring for so long?
I'm not sure.
Because when he first started, he had a lot of charisma. He was like a rapper, wasn't he, and whatever. But then that just went away and he just became this boring robot for 10 years. And then he started an acting career and he's become this uber charismatic dude again.
His comedy stuff in this is really good. It is an outright comedy. So basically, it's two couples, one sort of straight-laced couple, that's Lil Ray Howery and his wife.
Yeah.
He's taken his wife to propose a sort of 5-star Mexican resort.
Okay.
Things go a bit wrong, and on vacation they meet this other couple, it's John Cena and his wife, who sort of lead them astray. And then it's about them then meeting up in the real world, back in their real lives after the vacation ends.
Got you.
And it's the sort of standard, they don't like these people in real life, they fall out, eventually they make up, everything is all right. They bring themselves along to Lil Ray Howery and his wife. So they bring themselves along to their wedding in the real world.
Got you.
And it's good. It's funny.
Have you ever made friends on holiday that you've kept in touch with forever?
Not like close. No,
not me.
We met like some people on a honeymoon and occasionally exchange Facebook messages with.
But
still.
That's about it.
They are in America.
I once had a great night out with a Canadian couple and 4 Swedish lads.
Right.
It was an awesome night out, but unfortunately it was the last night of our holiday.
Right.
And about 4 years later, I found a Facebook message that I had never read from this Canadian girl.
Okay.
And I just had never read it. I don't know why it had never even appeared. So yeah, we didn't keep in touch with them either.
You didn't reply to it then, was it?
No, I didn't reply to it. That would have been weird after 4 years. Oh, sorry, just seen your message. But it was a really good night
the
out.
The opportunity's gone.
It was funny because we'd been like souvenir shopping because it was our last day.
Yeah.
And then we'd gone for some food and a drink, not intending to have a night out. Met these people. So we ended up in a nightclub with a carrier bag with a tea towel in it.
We've got quite a few Canadian listeners. What if she happens to listen to this and go, that's that guy?
If you're listening, get in touch. Drop me. I apologise if I've never Facebooked
me.
you back. Could be.
You're talking about me.
I could not tell you what they were called. But no, it was a fun night. It was a great night. But yeah, we never stayed in touch afterwards, unfortunately.
Anyway, Vacation Friends is all, no, it's fine. It's good. It's a perfect Saturday night movie. It's not amazing, but it's funny. Pizza and a Magnum, you'll have a good time.
Excellent. I probably won't check it out, but I've always really enjoyed every John Cena film I've seen so far. I'll put that out there.
Okay, I've definitely not seen all of them. But
I've definitely not seen all of them, but what I have seen, I've enjoyed. He was good in Suicide Squad, the new Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah.
He was really good in that. Probably stole it, to be fair.
Well, he's got a whole series coming, hasn't he? With that
he has,
character.
Yeah. So. War Machine? No.
Peacemaker,
the opposite of War Machine.
Oh.
Do you want to extend your rod?
Yes.
Get it over here. The Island.
Yeah.
Still there. Still on this island.
Episode 5.
5.
Yeah.
Is it called The Island? This is the debate we're having now after this episode.
We're now not sure if it is.
We're now not even sure what the show's called. We've got 5 episodes in and the show might not be called The Island.
Turns out it might be called The One Land.
It might be. Then you lose your pun.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense.
Might be a Roman numeral.
And therefore it fits this show more. We feel like it might be a Roman numeral.
Because there's a second island.
And what's that called?
Two Land. I'm not making this up.
I wish we were making it up. Somebody has made this up. What did you think of this episode, Nick?
I genuinely, when I found out the second island was called Two Land, it really put me off my stroke. Because one of my daughter's favourite books is Little Miss Twins, one of the Little Miss storybooks. And I was like, I'm sure there is a Little Miss book where they visit Two Land. And they had to go and check through her bookshelf, and it was this book.
Oh, there is. Yeah, they do visit Two Land.
Yeah.
Wow.
The problem is, in that book, it's where everyone says things twice. In a appealing, colourful children's book kind of way. In the island,
the one land,
Two Land is where a cannibal lives who makes you eat your own fingers. It's definitely not the same sort of place.
Did you know at any point? Because we said the other week, this show's going to go places that we're not expecting.
Yeah.
Were you ever expecting a cannibalistic monster living on an island?
No, why did they just keep him there?
Yeah.
It's a simulation.
It's not even real. It's all in your head. But this cannibal is real, does live there, and eats people.
Yeah.
When Bonnie and Clyde turned up can't say this seriously. They told these people that didn't know about this island.
Yeah.
Told them to go there, and then when one of them went there this week, they were like, why the fuck have you come here? I don't know what's going on in this show now, and I have never known what's going on in this show, but I've lost it completely. This episode was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It was possibly the worst one.
You kind of got a bit of a flashback to everyone we've not
cared about.
Yeah. Like Kate Bosworth does a sex scene with a hamburger.
Yeah, you've mentioned this in the week, and I think I've blanked that out of my mind. I don't remember that at all.
She hooks up with a cowboy in her flashback in the bar.
Yes, I remember
and
that.
They Lady in the Tramp style.
They do
eat a hamburger.
They do. Oh God, I've just remembered it. It is disgusting. Ross texted this week in the Discord and said he thinks this was the better episode. I think everybody who's watching this show is losing their minds. Because I thought last week's episode was good, and he thought it was bad.
No, I think there was a lot happening in this episode.
But it was awful.
Oh yeah, it doesn't make no sense. But it went briskly enough.
I may have fallen asleep in this episode, I'm not going to lie. But
I have another big question.
Okay.
So can we go back to Two Land for a minute?
Let's go. Although watch out for the cannibal that we've not met yet.
When the lady, I don't even know the character.
Taylor?
Okay.
I think she's called Taylor.
When she's scrabbling up the cliffs.
Yeah.
When she first...
Because she steals the life raft that they've got, doesn't she? The orange circular life raft that they've somehow got. She steals that, manages to row herself across the ocean to this
Yep.
second island with one row.
Yeah.
What, row?
One massive row. She's so strong.
God.
She's like, one paddle,
oar.
I'm gone.
One paddle. Fucking hell. One paddle. She rows herself over to this island.
Yeah.
But doesn't go round to the bit where the beach is, because I'm assuming there is one. Stops at the cliff edge.
Yes.
And then
Scrabbles up.
free climbs it.
She just lets the life raft go as
Yeah.
well.
She's a dick.
Sure, you won't need that again.
She's a dick. She's been a dick all the way through. She's a dick
Anyway,
now.
as she's scrabbling up this
Yeah.
scree,
Yeah.
she puts a hand down
Yeah.
and she puts it on a skull,
Yes.
which I should have known then something was up. On the side of the skull
Yeah.
is the island
Logo.
and
Stamp.
the barcode.
Yeah.
How do you put a barcode on a skull
Why?
without someone knowing it?
Why do you put a barcode on a skull? But this is a big question: is why are these things labelled when it's not real?
Yeah.
It's like it's not a real place. It's
So
it's in their heads.
So they've peeled a guy's skull back,
Yeah.
stamped it,
Yeah.
put him back together,
Yeah.
then eventually he's got eaten by a cannibal.
Yeah.
Or
He's been eaten by a cannibal.
and then they've stamped it on.
Somebody's taken the skull, stamped it on, put it back on the
The
island.
cannibal just does that and then does a bit of admin, cataloguing everything.
Yeah, but it's not real. It's all in their heads.
Plus, two of them have known each other all along.
Yes,
Chase,
we find that out.
Connor.
Yes.
Turns out they
maybe.
were married, and
Yeah.
that was a terrible scene as well.
Yeah, it was. But I don't understand why these things have got logos on when it's not real. It'd be like playing a VR game and having the name of the game stamped on everything. It doesn't make any sense.
I think everyone should watch this show.
I agree.
Everyone.
I agree. I
This
think
is how bad things can get. When
If you
things
think
go wrong,
you've seen
when
a bad-
TV shows go wrong.
if you think you've seen a bad TV show, somebody told me the other day they didn't like Breaking Bad.
Okay,
Right.
fine. Oh,
That's
not
fine.
for everyone's taste.
That's absolutely fine. It is the greatest TV show ever made. But if you don't like it, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you can't now. I'm not accepting
Can't say it's
anybody.
bad.
No, you can't say it's bad.
Yeah.
And if you do say it's bad, you can't ever say it's bad until you've watched The Island.
Yeah.
Because there's never been a worse TV show.
I was saying this last week. I've been racking my brains and I can't think of it. I will continue to do so. I can't think of anything that is this scattergun and just
Agreed.
It's atrocious.
It's unbelievably bad. It's like, I can't believe this exists. I can't believe it's on Netflix. And I can't believe Netflix have put their name to it.
There's 7 episodes of this.
And there's another 2 left to go. There was a show years ago, and I really enjoyed it, and I recommended it to a friend of the show, Alex. And I can't remember what it's called now, but he fucking hated it, and he ripped me for years about it. I think it's called The Door.
Right.
It's something along those lines, and I really enjoyed it, but he hated it. But it's definitely worse than that. So I'd like Alex to watch it, please. This is a call out to him to let me know if it's worse than that. But yeah, it's I love you know me. I love shit stuff. I love like stupid things.
Sure, you can go along for the ride.
I'll go along.
Something bad.
But this is like appalling. How it's been made is mind-boggling. Kate Bosworth is horrendous.
Oh man, it's like they've just put an inanimate object in front of the camera and said, "Act like you're a Texan,"
Act like you've never acted before.
Yeah.
Like you do not know what a human being is.
or what a TV program is.
Yeah, it's like she's AI that's just been said, "Do a human," and she's trying. It's so bad. All of them are bad.
Yeah.
There's nobody good in it.
There's no silver lining to this.
Bonnie and Clyde seem to be able to teleport between the 2 islands.
Yeah.
How did they get there? We've not
Are they
mentioned what happened at the end. We've talked about what potentially happened. So Taylor gets to the top of this cliff.
Yeah.
She's knackered.
Yeah.
Her hands are all ripped up. Her arms are all ripped up because she's free climbed this cliff up. She falls asleep. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. She falls asleep.
Pretty much. Yeah.
She wakes up and there's a bowl of chicken soup next to her.
And some, her wounds have been cleansed and bandaged.
So there's a bowl of chicken soup. She eats the chicken soup because she's quite hungry.
It's literally got a sign next to it that says
It's
chicken soup.
in a wooden bowl.
Yeah.
She then, I presume, falls asleep again after she's ate it.
Sure.
Because then she gets woken up by Bonnie and Clyde, who have somehow magically appeared on this island. Or they've got a secret boat.
They might be coming in and out from the real world, though.
Oh, yeah, true, because it's not real.
Yeah.
I always forget that it's not real. And they say to her, "What the fuck have you come here for? Did you not notice the skulls?
Yeah.
There's a cannibal that lives on this island. See ya." And then they just go. And then she's like, "A cannibal?" And then she looks at her arm,
Which is bandaged
is bandaged up. And she's like, "Holy shit." And she takes the bandage off, and she's got no fingers left. She's got little stubs. And then she just looks at the chicken soup bowl, and then the show ends. The episode ends. So this bird has had her fingers removed, and not noticed.
Yeah.
Because you could tell under those bandages that was just a stump.
Yeah, of course you could.
And then she's eaten her own fingers and not noticed that it's not chicken. And then she freaks out at the end when she's just got little stumpy fingers. It blew my mind. It genuinely. It was definitely the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, man.
I watched it. All through that
words.
episode, I was like, this is garbage, this is garbage, this is garbage. Fucking hell, that's amazing. I can't believe that's just happened. That's the sort of thing I want from a shit TV show. Just be that stupid, but don't be really boring as well.
Yep, the problem is, we'll watch the next episode.
And she'll probably have a hand.
Yeah, exactly. She'll have her fingers back.
Or she'll have like robotic mechanical fingers,
Yeah.
or she'll have a claw. Maybe she'll have a crab claw or something.
Yeah,
She's lived
exactly.
on a
She'll
beach.
be-
Or
Oh,
she'll have her
lobster.
hands because these episodes are being played in random order. They still don't need to be in any particular order. Who knows? But yeah, it's hot garbage. I wouldn't recommend anybody watch it, but at the same time, I recommend everybody watches it because you don't know bad TV till you've seen it.
Are we saying this now? We might have to wait a couple of weeks for our next take on it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get a wave out next week.
Someone's going on holiday.
I'm going on holiday, and we'll have time to record one, but I wouldn't have time to edit it, and
Yeah.
I don't want to be on holiday editing. So we are going to miss next Monday's episode of The Wave, unfortunately.
We'll still do a movie show.
There will be a movie show next Thursday, but unfortunately there won't be a wave.
We
next
will make
Monday.
up for it with a bumper episode the week after.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have an idea.
Okay, cool. That's good. I like ideas.
Okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, I need a rest. I need to get out of this town. I've not been out of this town for nearly 2 years. So no, nearly a year. So yeah, there won't be an episode. There won't be a wave. So we're going to skip. We're not going to skip episode 6, although we probably could. We'll just do it in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So the ending is going to be very close to the end of the season as well.
Indeed.
Cool. What's next?
I have got a game for
Okay.
us to close things off.
We love a game.
Do you want to do it now or do you want to do it in the movie show?
Let's do it now.
Good.
Let's have an uber long wave and a short movie show.
Okay.
It's
This-
going to be a short movie show anyway. We'll get.
It
to
was
that
a
in
short
minute.
movie.
It was a short movie, exactly.
This Thursday on this very feed, we are talking about a rom-com called SPF 18.
Correct. It's named after suntan lotion.
Indeed. I can't wait to talk about this movie.
Not normally. I'm so excited.
I'm genuinely excited to talk about it.
Same.
I do not want to give much away,
Agreed.
but I've become a little bit obsessed with this movie this week. And if you'd have told me last week that was going to happen, I'd have told you to get out of town.
There's a lot going on in it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun movie show this week. Check it out. Honestly, it's going to be fun.
In honour of the star of that movie,
Yep.
Noah Centineo,
Correct.
Netflix's
Darling.
absolute darling. And it is his third appearance on Bottom of the Stream.
It is indeed.
I have created a Noah Centineo based game.
Cool.
I've got 5 facts. Some of them are true. Some of them are false. You have to tell me which is which.
Okay, sounds good.
As we play, if I can find it, my notes. As we play, yes sir or Noah.
Nice. Like it.
If the fact is true, you answer yes sir. If the fact is false, you answer.
You could have
Noah.
also done Noah Centino
I
or
know.
Noah Centi. Yes.
I went back and forth on this. This was kept me up last night.
Noah Centino or Yes a Centine. Yes.
Are you ready?
Noah Centino. I mean Noah Centine. Yes. Yes, sir.
The first fact,
Okay.
or not. Noah Centineo is a disc golf prodigy. He turned down the chance to join the disc golf pro tour when he was cast in All the Boys I've Loved Before as Peter Kavinsky.
He's definitely in All the Boys I Loved Before. That's believable. He's quite athletic looking. He looks like a sporty guy.
Sure.
I'm going with yes, sir.
It's Noah.
Oh, wounded.
Have you ever seen disc golf?
I've played it in VR.
Oh,
I'd love to have a proper
Looks
go
great.
at it. It does
Yeah, me
look good.
too.
We should find out where somewhere local that does it. Go and have a game.
I'm up for
Maybe we
that.
should have a podcast day out
Sure.
doing disc golf with some other podcasters and Patreons if they want to come.
Sure.
Let's do it.
I'm up for some disc golf.
Let's find a local disc golf course. Grief Burrito. Shark Select. Let's go play disc golf. If there's any Shark Select people left by then.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, it's not a great start, but you've been in worse holes before.
Many.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Noah Centineo has a scar on his face from a dog attack. He got attacked when he was 6 years old. It ripped a hole in his face so bad you could see his teeth and gums and all the way through to the other side of his face.
Oh, wow. Ugh. Like Two-Face.
Yeah.
I think I've noticed a scar on his face before. Because we have seen quite a few of his films now. I'm, again, going yes, sir.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
He was 6 years old.
Wow. That must have
Attacked by
been
a
very
mastiff.
scary. That must have been very scary for him and his parents. Mr. and Mrs. Centennial.
Yeah. Okay, you've 1-1. Good.
Cool.
Fact 3. Noah Centinio's birthday.
Yeah.
He was born on May the 9th.
Interesting.
Who was born on May the 8th?
Me.
Who was born on May the 10th?
You.
Who was born on May the 9th?
Noah Centineo.
Was he?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He is in exalted company.
He is. Definitely is. How old is he?
26.
Is he really? Don't you
Yes.
think he looks old? He's got an old face.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him in this film and I'm like, you look like... You know when American films cast like 40-year-olds as teenagers?
He kind of looks both.
He does. He looks like an old man being cast as a teenager, but he isn't. He's got an old face, I think. That's cool.
That's
nice.
pretty cool, isn't
It's
it?
good company.
Okay, you have 2 correct, 1 incorrect. Fact number 4. Noah Centineo is going to play He-Man.
I feel like I would have heard about that. Noah.
Correct.
Oh.
But it was kind of a trick question.
Okay.
Because he had signed up to play He-Man in an upcoming movie adaptation. But he dropped out recently.
Oh, right, okay.
So, yeah, it is false.
So they're doing a live-action He-Man as well?
Yeah, but it kind of seems to have hit the rocks a bit.
Why is the sudden fascination with He-Man
don't
in
know.
2021? What is going on?
Um,
Would he have done that well?
it feels like a stretch from what I've seen him in, which is exclusively
Rom-coms.
strange and not very good rom-coms.
Has both of his previous attempts on this show come bottom of the stream? Did Swipe end up at the bottom last year? Oh, I don't think it did.
I think it might have been... No, I think it might have won off the bottom.
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? But he's always been exclusively in the bottom.
So we've seen him in...
Sierra Burgess is a loser.
Yeah, and Swiped. And they are terrible.
2 of the worst films
terrible
I've ever
movies.
seen. Sierra Burgess is a loser should just be banned. That's interesting. I don't know if he'd be a good He-Man or not.
Well, you're never going to find out.
No, true.
Okay, well, you've won the game. That's 3. You've got 3 right, 1 incorrect. But let's wrap this up with the final fact. Noah Centineo is a cousin of Impractical Jokers star Sal Vulcano, and on several occasions has contributed ideas to the show. He is a frequent visitor to the set.
I don't feel like you would have made that up. Now, I have no reference of whether that's true or false or not, but I feel like that's a bit weird for you to have made up. So I'm going to go with yes, sir.
Call me a weirdo. Totally made it up.
Did you make that up?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Were you watching Impractical Jokers
No,
all the time?
absolutely not.
You are weird. That is weird. 3-2. I still won.
Yeah, respectable.
And
hopefully you learned something about Noah Centineo.
I did indeed. If you would like to hear more about Noah Centineo, come and join us on Thursday, and we will talk about the crazy time that is SPF 18.
Do it, and we'll see you there.
Bye.
Cheers.